Thanks, Terry. The flag in the background. Yeah, we're on Pentonville Road. I'm not sure where we are now. It's a reasonable turnout. I'll go up in the air and show you around in a minute. It's a lovely atmosphere again. Yeah, certainly a decent hardcore group of freedom fighters that are here. Those of you wondering why are we still marching? Obviously, what's a concern for the entire world is the WHO's pandemic treaty that they're attempting to put through. Here in the UK, we're facing some significant hikes in terms of cost of living and all that kind of stuff. We've also just yesterday got the news that the policing bill has got royal assent in the House of Lords, which basically gives the police much stronger powers, and the bill itself is incredibly vague. It kind of gives them powers to break up and arrest people for noisy, disruptive protests, which obviously is a very subjective term, it's very subjective language. There's a whole lot of stuff with the policing bill. There are going to be some campaigns shortly. And obviously it is vitally important for all of us, for anyone watching that sort of doesn't understand why we're protesting for freedom, all that kind of stuff. You might not agree with these protests, but there may come a point in the future where there's a cause that you're passionate about, and if we allow this policing bill to go through and be carried through, then a cause that you care about, something that where your voice is not being heard, where you feel you've got no power to speak up. If this bill goes through, it makes it very, very difficult for everybody. So whether you agree with us or not, we very much need to stand together when it comes to the policing bill. Obviously, throughout history, protests, alongside other actions, of course, but people uniting for a cause, being out on the streets, being noisy, being disruptive, making their voices heard, it has brought about significant changes. When you just think about human rights and rights for women, segregation, all that kind of stuff. If you imagine the world that we've been living in, had people not stood up and protested, it could be much worse, but whatever your views on us protesting at the moment, it really is absolutely imperative that everyone, particularly in the UK, joins together to stand against the policing bill. We're also still facing, we've got an online harms bill to do with censorship, which all over the world, we're all facing the same thing. Anyone with a counter point of view is basically being wiped off of social media, off the internet. The voices aren't being heard. There's no way for people to counter whatever the narrative of the day is. And I think again, going back to history, we fought very hard for free speech, democracy. Again, the online harms bill threatens that right to free speech. So again, even if you don't agree with what some people are saying now and think, oh well, yes, you should be censored because you're spreading lies. Well, what happens when you're only getting the one message? If you think of countries like China, where they do just have the one voice, there is no counter point of view. Even if you don't agree with what's going on now, you've got to be open-minded to what this means for everybody for the future. Free speech is being stamped out, human rights are being stamped out, and it is absolutely vital that we bring a stop to it in whatever way we can. Obviously, protests aren't the be-all and end-all, but they certainly help to make some noise. And bring awareness to the people. There's a lot of people here at the moment that have brought leaflets with them. We're walking down what has been reasonably busy streets. We've got a lot of people handing out leaflets, trying to raise awareness. So it's certainly, just one of the things that we can all be doing. To kind of, as I say, raise awareness and try and bring a stop to what's happening. So yeah, I've probably nattered on for long enough. So I shall. Oh, we seem to be going around the corner. I just pop you up in the air and show you around. We're not as high in numbers as we sort of were a few months ago. Again, that's sort of to be expected now that we are relatively restriction free. Everything that we're sort of fighting against at the moment is all going on in the background. A lot of people aren't actually aware of the legislation changes and the bills that are going through that are sort of looking to restrict us and our freedoms further. So yeah, sorry, we'll just get around this corner and then I will pop you up in the air and show you everyone. But yeah, we are slightly smaller in numbers, but there's a lot of spirit, a lot of passion, a lot of love here, and a lot of people that are still continuing to come. There's a lot of familiar faces, a lot of people that are still continuing to come to these protests and stand up for our rights, your rights, everybody's rights, and of course we are still very aware of what's happening around the world. Yeah, sorry, we're being asked by a passing driver what we're protesting for. There's still a lot going on. Right, let's turn the camera around. There we are. So yeah, it goes quite a way down there. Sorry about it, he's trying to get out on me.
Right, this is the pub.
Will not comply. We do seem to have all kind of, as always happens on these marches, you end up with the kind of big gaps, people walking at different paces. But as I say, there's a reasonable amount here, and it's a lovely day. It's absolutely beautiful weather here in London. Blue skies. We've got the trails in the sky, unfortunately, but that's one of the other things. Freedom to breathe clean air, freedom to drink clean water, uncontaminated food. It's just huge, so many issues, and I would say to anyone, you don't have to agree with absolutely everything that we're sort of raising concerns about, but I can't imagine that there must be many people out there that can't see that there's an issue in at least some areas of how we're living. And we really need to move away from this idea of us and them. We're all one, we're all, humanity. And the issues that we're here for, they affect all of us, and they will affect absolutely everybody, way into the future. So I would urge everybody to really have a think about whether you agree with the way our country is being run, whether you agree with the way the world's being run, be that, the price of bills, the spraying of food, the fluoride being added to the water, the cost of living in general, the mandating of medicines. There's all sorts of things going on. The next one will be the Worldwide Rally for Freedom, which I believe is the weekend of the 21st of May. If you can, obviously the worldwide events, they're held not just London, they're all over the country, all over the world. I think last time there's about 140, 150 cities where people were out in force. So if you can, you can check. They've got their own website, they've got a Telegram page. I think their Facebook page is still running. Just search for Worldwide Rally for Freedom. I think a lot of the locations will start to be announced over the next couple of weeks. So if there's anything going on at the moment that you kind of think, yeah, I'm not happy about that. Obviously, with this policing bill going through, it is more important than ever that we do exercise our right to protest. All of the protests, we have always been peaceful. There's never been trouble, despite what you may see in the papers. They are usually manufactured events, but by and large, they're very peaceful. There are children here, and obviously in the UK, we've been doing. I myself, I'm about 14 months in to protesting. I've never had any problems here. They are, by and large, very loving, very peaceful events, and we are here exercising our right to peaceful protest. So I am aware that I'm rambling now. I do apologise for some stuff. Yeah, I would encourage everybody, if you disagree with anything that's going on right now, exercise your right to protest. It is more important now than ever. Check out the Worldwide Demonstration website, Telegram, Facebook. Get on there, find your local location, and head down there. It is a great time to kind of get together with everybody, meet a lot of new people. It is absolutely fantastic. Let's go have a quick look at these comments, and then I will show you around again. Hello, New Zealand. Hi Liz, hi Joy. Hi Australia. Oh, they keep moving in front of my eyes. They're the email. Let's turn you around and very sick of my face. Yeah, so I will pop back on. We're heading to Shoreditch, where there's going to be a freedom fair, kind of networking event with organisations and businesses, just giving out information, a chance to kind of see what's going on in different areas, meet each other, have snacks, share information, all that kind of thing, which I think is fantastic. So yeah, I'll pop back on when we get there, kind of show you around, see what's going on, and yeah, I wish all of you a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, wherever you are. Thank you all for your support. Sending huge love to everybody. Freedom!